Hello and good morning, everyone. I know we were playing Baldur's Gate. I really want to keep playing Baldur's Gate. I swear I really want to play Baldur's Gate more. But, new toys just launched in Helldivers, and you know, when there's new toys, we gotta play with all the new toys. So, we are in the process of unlocking all the toys still. We're playing some Helldivers to do that. I want to get this. Look at how good... Look at how good that suit looks on this character. Look at that very fancy Commandant armor. I really want to unlock that one with hazmat explosive damage and resistance to gas damage. Really want to play with that one. So we need that. And then this is the big one we want. The Cremator looks amazing. KFC, good morning. Are things going any better for you today? So we need to unlock the new toys. That is our goal. That is what we are working towards. So that is what we are doing. Let's launch at ICBM. We did unlock already the... there is a Sweeper trench shotgun that is based on like a World War I trench shotgun, which is incredibly powerful. So we've got that one already. And we unlocked a gas-based... mortar, which is also excellent. So we've got some fun new toys and we're going to play with those here, but we want the Cremator. The Cremator looks like so much fun. Let's see. Let's grab, oh, well, we're going to do a Wasp. I'm getting tired of some of the floating things that I can't deal with. So we're going to grab the Wasp and one of those and one of those. Okay. In we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. I may or may not have a stream on Friday. Also, tell me how my audio is. I installed some new drivers, and when I streamed on Monday, it was absolute garbage. I don't know what changed, so I tried to revert everything. So I'm trying to get my audio back to where it was. I was finally in a place where I was happy with my audio, and then of course I went and played with it and broke everything. So, but Emmy has her dentist stuff tomorrow. I know she's going to be out of commission for a little bit, so there is a chance if she needs me, I might not be online on Friday morning, again depending on how her recovery goes. So do be prepared for a Friday without waffles is a very real possibility. Ah, no. I didn't know that guy saw me already. Okay, we're starting off rough here. Luckily, this gas-based mortar does a great job of keeping the enemies in line here, so we should be able to keep them pushed back. Nope. Now we're running. Okay, now we're running. We do not have the means for fighting one of those head on. Okay, we broke its shield, but we need other people to join so that we can, like, get it distracted enough to be able to hit it. I should have tried, I heard that using the gas-based dog is very good. Well, he got me. Let's see, can we hit him with a Hellpod? We can. Okay. Revenge. We got revenge. Hello, welcome in everyone. We are playing Helldivers 2 this morning because we just got an update. They just added the Sweeper. They added a bunch of trench-based stuff. If you didn't see, there is now trench-based warfare for Helldivers 2. So we're testing out the gas mortar, and we are trying to unlock the Cremator, which is a new flamethrower that is based on a backpack-based flamethrower that looks like it's going to be an absolute hoot to use. So we are working on unlocking those toys. Happy Wednesday. Glad to have you all here. Let's see. Let's go clear. If we clear this out, we can pick up that vehicle, I guess, and then we can go do the objectives. That seems like a logical thing to do. Except for I can't get up and around that, so I guess forget the logic. We're hoofing it. Get it, Wasp. Nice. And that is why we love the Wasp on the Illuminate, is it takes down all the enemies, but we'll see if that holds true. I know we're getting new enemies here soon, so it's going to be strange to see some new Illuminate enemies. We'll see if it's actually as effective against them. Or if the new Illuminate enemies are going to actually require us to have a little bit of, like, what's the word? Variety in our loadouts. Hang on, dude. I'm helping. Give me a second. It's got to reload. There you go. Y'all are very quiet this morning. What's up with that? Why are y'all so quiet this morning? What you got going on? Probably because Dex isn't here. Dex was staying up late last night saying he doesn't care about his mod duties, so probably something like that. Stress has been crazy for the past 10 months, but somehow I'm still alive, so I gotta keep pushing. I saw yesterday on TikTok, I saw a video that possibly, I know people always like use this hyperbole, but this might have been the saddest video I've ever seen on a TikTok. Was this girl was saying basically, she's like, it's not that I want to die. So, start off the conversation, it's not that. It's just that because of the state of the world, I just don't feel like anything is worth doing anymore. Like, I could go to school, but my education probably won't get me a job, so there's no point to school. I could get a job, but even if I got a job, I couldn't afford a house, so what's the point of working? I could try and go and make friends and do all these things, and basically her whole point of the video turned out to be like, I'm not trying anymore. I have no hope. I see no point in trying. I'm not going to try anymore. And that to me was like the saddest thing I've heard, that it's just a full on, I don't see a point to trying or doing anything, so I'm just not going to. I'm just going to exist with no dreams, no goals, no wants out of life. I'm just simply going to be here. And I understand to a degree where that line of thinking is coming from, that the world definitely is in a bad place. There's a lot of frustrations, a lot of doom scrolling, but also part of life is what you make it, right? So if you have no goals, you have no hopes, you have no aspirations, you have nothing like that, of course every day is going to feel like garbage, right? Like, that's when I talk about religion. That's where like God comes in, of like we're living for something greater than ourselves. We're living for the next life. So if all you have to look forward to is to go onto TikTok and doom scroll, of course you're going to be miserable. Like, that just seems obvious, right? So it makes me really sad that a lot of people are in this way of thinking of that there's no point to doing anything, so I'm not going to participate anymore. I'm just going to sit on TikTok and doom scroll every day until my final days. So I'm really hoping that we find a way to reach these people, especially these kids, and show them that there is more to life. You can choose to have more, but a part of that is you've got to put forth a little bit of the effort. And yes, it might be hard to purchase a home right now. Yes, it might be hard to achieve goals, but it's still doable. Will it be easy? Definitely not. Will there be struggles along the way? Certainly, but you gotta have some aspiration, right? You can't just live your life of, nah, I won't be able to achieve it, so I'm not going to. It breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. And I know that some places are experiencing a revival of Catholicism. In our state alone, we had 1,600 new people welcomed into the church in just, I hate those little electrical things, in just our area. So there's a lot of people who are figuring out that, hey, I'm unhappy with the way the world is, and that is because there is a greater truth out there that I need. But 1,600 is definitely not also replacing, like, if you look at how many people are leaving religion and losing their religion, like, it's not a sustainable thing. Someone posted not long ago that the nuns are disappearing. The amount of nuns that exist in the United States today, as compared to how many nuns existed in the United States just about 30 years ago, was a huge decline. Like 70% of our nunneries have either closed down, and like one of the biggest nun areas in my state closed down because they simply didn't have enough people to replenish those who were aging out. There wasn't anyone to take care of all the sisters who were, too old to be able to take care of themselves, so they had to close down and sell off the property. And it's just, that's an institution that's been around for, I don't even know how long it's been around, at least 50 years. That's just gone now. Just gone forever. We've lost that great and beautiful thing. So, and they said that the reason for the decline in the nunnery was because women have more rights now. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, where the nuns and the sisterhood of the nuns used to be a great option for people who didn't have any options, but now that you have a lot of options, it doesn't make as much sense to be a nun. No one really wants to be a nun anymore, and I definitely think that plays a part in it. If we're talking like the Middle Ages, when women didn't have a whole lot of control and didn't have a whole lot of options, or even before that, where they were just property, having the nunhood was a way to maintain some control over your life and have some rights. So I do know that now that we have more options for education and other things like that, the nunhood probably isn't as enticing. And I know that the nuns aren't as, how do I put this? Like, it's not as necessary as, like, priests, right? If we run out of nuns tomorrow, nothing changes for Catholicism. If we ran out of priests, obviously that's a much bigger problem. However, I will say, a lot of times people talk about how, like, Catholicism hates women and women aren't respected. Like, if you actually look at, like, the numbers and you look at who's doing everything, the only way that, like, parishes exist is the women. Yes, the priest is important. Yes, the priest is the only one who can say mass, but it's the women who are keeping the parish running. It's usually them who is doing the bookkeeping. It's them who's doing all the fundraising. It's them who's doing all the clerical work in the background. It's them who's organizing everything. It's them who's helping the priest, maintain a schedule. Like, it is 100%, without my doubt, in 90% of parishes, it is the women who are helping that parish to stay afloat. And I assume that it's the same with the nunhood, that the nuns are the ones out there really holding up a big portion of the church when it comes to things like fundraising and helping out the priests where it's necessary. So when I say that it would make more of an impact if we had no priests, that's just because obviously the priests are the only ones who say mass, but it's not saying that we're not going to lose anything if just there's no more nuns, because that is an absolutely huge loss to the culture and to Catholicism as a whole. That being said, I could never be a nun, and not just because I'm a dude. If I was eligible to be a nun, I don't think I could do that life. Both the monks and the nuns, that life, it seems so difficult. And for me, it's mostly because I I hate the car so much. Okay, drive, go. How has Helldivers 2 been? I just got it. Is it good? Yes, I am loving Helldivers 2. We just got a new DLC that came out yesterday. We got the Entrenched Warfare that added a World War I style sweeper shotgun. It adds a gas mortar barrage. And the thing I really want to unlock is it has a really cool flamethrower that we're going to be getting here soon. So Helldivers 2 has been great and will continue to be great. I'm very happy with it. There are some flaws, of course, and I really hope that they work on those. They released a roadmap yesterday as well with a bunch of different things that they are going to be changing and doing, so hopefully those changes will make the game for better. But we are getting new units, new campaigns, new DLC soon, so they are obviously still working on the game, and it's in a great state. I'm very happy with it. Dex is here. All right, Dex, welcome. Now that Dex is here, it's time for my unpopular opinions and questions. Will you just drive, dude? This is why I despise the car. We're all just sitting in here doing nothing while this guy pedals around, and nothing of value is happening here. All right. Am I wrong for this? Yesterday, someone posted on Reddit, and they were talking about that that they were. Okay, we're getting, dude. What are you doing? We're getting out of there. Dude doesn't know what he's doing. So someone posted on Reddit, and they said that they were sitting there with their girlfriend on the couch, and they had been with their girlfriend for like 5 years. So long-term relationship, they were in love, and her phone was going off, so it kept buzzing and kept buzzing and kept buzzing, and she was asleep. So he finally checked her phone and found out that she is cheating on him. And so all the comments in Reddit were how to get back at her, how to hurt her as much as possible, how to ensure that she has pain and suffering for her actions. So this is where I'm asking, am I in the wrong here? Even though he was cheated on, it seems like the appropriate response is not to hurt that person as much as possible. Like, yes, that person has made a mistake, and yes, they've hurt you greatly, but like, if you really love that person, then the response shouldn't be, what can I do to get the most revenge and hurt this person the most? It should be, how can I move forward from this pain, and how can I make sure that this person, is separated from me and has the life that they want to have, right? Yes, they've betrayed your trust. Yes, they've hurt you, but like, it just seems so odd to me that the instant response is, how can I hurt this person as much as possible? And I was definitely in the minority in that. So does that make me, am I wrong? Am I a jerk? Like, even if we're talking about someone cheating on someone, the response shouldn't be, how can I hurt them? The response should be, how can I help myself and move on from this? It just seems like so many people were focused on causing as much misery and pain as possible. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just too goody-goody. Maybe I'm not being empathetic enough. It just seems like, as always, Reddit is there with the terrible, terrible advice. Alright, we got a break in the action. It's coffee time. Oh man, the Wasp absolutely destroys those. That's a normal reaction, but why? You love that person. Why, if you love that person, is your normal reaction to try and cause as much harm as possible? Like, even if they hurt you, if you love them, don't you still want the best for them? Don't you want to make them as happy as possible? Don't you want to do everything you can to make their life as good as possible? Boom!
Reloading!
Boom again. Another one. I also... Not everything is contemplative and nuanced. Sometimes people just want revenge and they'll heal later. That is a sign of a broken person. If somebody hurts you and your first thought is, how can I get revenge? That is a sign that you need some therapy. Personally, I'd still want to be with them. I'd give them a second chance if they were really the person I loved. It's only after the second time I'd be reasonably angry. I don't disagree with that, KFC, and I know that is one of those things that people always tell me that I'm absolutely wrong about, is that if someone cheated on me, my first response isn't, let's break up. My first response would be, how can I fix this relationship and fulfill those needs that you're obviously lacking? Like you're cheating because you're missing something, or you're feeling unloved, or you're feeling like something's missing in your life. So why don't we work together to figure out what is missing and what is wrong, rather than I'm going to throw this whole relationship away because of one mistake. Like, no relationship that's actually full of love is worth throwing away over one mistake, in my opinion. Dex, my first reaction would be, let's break up. Also, completely unrelated, but Emmy got me this yesterday. Look at how adorable this guy just came out. It is a Peep-based Furby. Very adorable. Very cute. Very demure. What's that meme? Very... Yeah, it's very fancy. Very demure. I now have a Peep-based Furby and a Reese's-based Furby. People are so mean nowadays. You know, I don't disagree with that, but people have always been mean, right? Like, I've been doing my Bible in the years, so of course I've been reading about, you know, the time before Jesus' coming, and there were definitely some mean people in the BC era also. So I don't necessarily think it's just for nowadays. I think it's kind of just been an always sort of deal that people have always kind of been mean and awful. We are out of ammo. Oh well, they got him. Let's see. Precision strike. Yeah. Take that guy out. It feels like it definitely ramped up when we got the internet. Maybe that's just revealed what was already there. That's the truth of it, I think. I think that people have always been that way, and the internet has just allowed us to see some of those terrible parts of humanity. Also, the echo chambers. I cannot tell you how bad echo chambers actually are, with the idea of, you know, it used to be if you were a fringe conspiracy theorist or you said dumb things, it was contained to your village, you know, or people would just say, hey, you're wrong, and then, you know, that was it. Your interaction was, you're wrong. Now you can go online and find a subreddit or a TikTok area for you in moments that will confirm what you're thinking and only make it worse. Ben's here. Good morning, Ben. You got a new job. What do you do now? What kind of new job? Like, there's this, if you want a wild ride, go to the subreddit r/gangstalking. r/gangstalking is a echo chamber for people who believe that they are being gang stalked by the government. And you are specifically not allowed for people to tell people to get medication, to get therapy, to get help. You cannot post anything like that. So that is how it became an absolute echo chamber, is because they do not allow people to recommend that you go and get help. And so gang stalking is where people believe that the government has sent multiple people specifically to follow you. And if you go to that subreddit and just look at some of the posts that go up there every day, it's just dozens of people who like film themselves in the grocery store, and like you see how that person walks behind me twice. That's perfect proof that the government is watching me and sent someone to follow me. And everyone in there, they can't tell them to go get help. They can't tell them, hey, something's wrong. They can only affirm those paranoid and schizophrenic thoughts, and it just becomes the most horrible thing you've ever seen. So if you want some terrible examples of echo chambers, go check that one out. It is a trip and a half to look at the gang stalking. I think they're leaving without me. That's okay. We're going to make our last stand here, I guess. Come on, reload faster. This is like a shooting gallery game. Alright, we need to be smarter about this. My team's not coming. We're alone out here. Oh, hello, dude. Just phased through a building, huh? Okay. Well, that's obviously a problem. Okay, they just called in reinforcement. That too is obviously a problem. Turns out I wasn't live. I was like 5 minutes behind. He's just working in a mattress factory. Interesting. What is that like? And can you? Everyone is talking about the new life hack right now. Is if you go to Costco, they give out samples of the purple mattress stuff, and so everyone's like, "Oh, all you need to do is grab 100 free samples of the purple mattress, and you can build yourself a free mattress." So, do you get unlimited free samples? Can you build a free mattress out of free samples? It's labor. That is the appropriate response, you know. There are too many people who treat a job like it is their whole personality, like it's their whole life, and it's not. It is, as you said, it is a labor, and that is all it should be. The closest Costco is 100 miles away. You know what? Still worth it. Still worth it. I would drive 100 miles for Costco. It is that good. I love the big new grenade. The big super grenade is so awesome. They take 5 grenades and they duct tape them together, and then you toss it at these guys, and it just absolutely nukes them. Alright, we finally got this under control. I do take scraps home for small patch jobs. I got a really long plastic roll for free. That is awesome. Really getting into Vintage Story lately. I need to play Vintage Story. You're not the first to talk about Vintage Story, but also Everwind just came out yesterday. The Minecraft meets Skyrim airship game, and I kind of really want to get into that. But I want to finish Baldur's Gate. So like, I know I've talked about this problem before, but I'm at a point where it's like I have too many games and not enough time. I really want to play Everwind. I want to finish Baldur's Gate. I want to try Vintage Story. There's so many games I want to play. I just don't have enough time in the day to do all the games. Yeah, I got Baldur's Gate on PC because when it was on my what do you call it? When it was on my PlayStation, it was making this horrible, weird noise when I was streaming it, so I had to get it on PC so that wouldn't happen. I streamed it about 3 times, and then I had to stop because it was so busted. So now that I have it on PC, I want to finish it for reals. And the only solution to this is we need to become a big and famous enough streamer that I can, quit the day job and stream for 8 hours a day. If I could stream for 8 hours a day, I'd actually have enough time to finish Baldur's Gate and to play Everwind and all these other things. So, we just need to become more famous. Yeah, the buzzing sound in the action wheel. So, we have fixed that. That is now gone. Alright. Mission accomplished. We did everything. Now let's get out of here. And I made the character I wanted to make. Since I'm on PC now, I could download some mods. So I got a Way of the Giant Kobold Barbarian. His story is he is a tiny little kobold, and his little hovel was ruined by adventurers. So now he's ventured out into the world and got the idea that maybe, just maybe, if he can get as big as possible, he'll become a real dragon. And once he becomes a real dragon, he can get revenge on the adventurers who destroyed his home. So he's a chaotic, neutral little guy who's just out here trying to become as big as possible. So the Path of the Giant, when you rage, you actually size up one size. So if you do that and you use enlarge on them, you can become this absolutely huge, silly little kobold. It's such a fun build. Need to finish Baldur's Gate. I've never gotten past the first act. That is surprisingly common with games like Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, all games like that. You'll actually find there's a shocking amount of people that never make it past the first act because they play it, they enjoy it, but then they start to think, but what if I want to try a different kind of character? So they'll make a new character, they'll restart, they'll go through it, and they'll just continually remake characters because they always have a new idea for characters. And that happens in D&D too. There's a lot of D&D people who they make a character, they play a character, 3 sessions in, they're bored of that character and they want to play a new character. We're on fire. That's not good. And I always tell those people, no. One of my rules for D&D is you are not allowed to swap characters willy-nilly because nothing ruins a story faster than being 4 sessions in and you've got, okay, our characters are starting to know each other, they've got a little bit of history, and then someone says, well, I'm bored with this character, so I want them to leave, I want to choose a new character, and all of a sudden, by session 8, you've got 9 new characters, no one has any cohesion, there's no bonding, so I don't allow people to swap characters at all. It's a no from me, dog. Everyone I start the game with bails after the first session. And that is why I don't play multiplayer games with other people, with friends, because you know the meme where it's like, hey dude, you want to play? And they say, yeah, I'll be on in 5 minutes, and then they never log on. I don't have enough time in my life to wait for other people to maybe log on and maybe play together. My exception is Emmy, of course. We play World of Warcraft together, but that's because if she says she'll be on in 5 minutes and she's on in 5 minutes, I can physically go see her and be like, hey, what's up? If I want to play something new, I just play riskier. I'm not trying to die intentionally, but if it happens, I'm not sad about it because I know my new character will be better. That is, you're not alone in that. There are a lot of people who play that way. So evacuate the colonists. Alright, let's try a new build. Let's try this. Let's land here. We're going to try the hot dog backpack. And I need something to blast the the big dudes with. Let's see, what can we do with that? Maybe a spear gun? A hot dog and spear? Let's see. We want the... hot dog. And then let's grab the de-escalator. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Let's do that. Alright, Ben. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Go and have a good evening. Get some good sleep. We'll see you maybe on Friday. I may or may not be streaming on Friday. Emmy's got some surgery coming up, so I'm going to be available for her. So if she needs me, I might not be here Friday morning, but we shall see. Have a good rest of the evening and enjoy the Mattress Factory. You only live once. YOLO. I'm still surprised we have that tip on the screen that don't forget to take breaks if you want to be remembered as a coward. Like, I get that it's a joke, but there's so many people who get upset about things like that. And there have been people, of course, who have lost their life to video games for playing for too long altogether. So it surprises me that they haven't removed that or changed that. I'm surprised people haven't complained about that one. Makes for good sleep if you can sneak off and not get found. Alright, hot dog. Let's go burninate some people. Burninating the people. Yeah. I love that skull counter at the bottom. That is one of my absolute favorite game mechanics, is to watch that little counter go up and up and up. Get him, hot dog. Sick him. Yeah. He doing it. What the dog doing? Okay. Let's go grab this while we're over here. Come to me, dog. You know, I kind of wish our drone was like a Gur from Invader Zim. I would love to have a little flaming Gur floating around me. I think it's safe to say, I'm going to make a declaration here. It might be wrong, but I think I'm safe in making. I think Gur is the best side character ever made in a show. I'm pretty confident in saying that as an actual factual statement. Gur, I think we can all agree, Gur is the best side character introduced in a show. I'm trying to think of anyone else. I know that people really like Perry the Platypus in that one show, but I've never seen that one, so I guess I can't comment on that. What is it? It's Doofenshmirtz. It's not Doofenshmirtz. That's the bad guy. What's that show called? Is that Phineas and Ferb? Is that what that show is called? Let's grab some new stuff. Excellent. Deliver that. And boom goes the dynamite. Okay. My allies are off handling that, so let's go break off and do our own thing. Let's go be an elite commando. Speaking of Elite Commando, John Carpenter released a new game, Toxic Commandos, that looks like the next evolution of Left 4 Dead, and I'm kind of hyped for that. I want to play it, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of great reviews for it, so I'm a little cautious of it. Just because, like I said, there's so many games to play. I don't have enough time to play them all. That I don't want to buy a new game that I'm not going to play and not going to enjoy. But it looks interesting, and we don't have enough games like Left 4 Dead that are actually good. Left 4 Dead was fire in a bottle, something amazing. So I want to try it, but I'm cautious of what it will actually be. Is there no one guarding this rogue research facility? Alright, well. Easy enough. Easy objective. Oh, okay, they're guarding it. They're coming for me. Alright, let's set a distraction over there. And then maybe we can flank this dude when he goes to shoot at my turret. Just like that. That's what we like to see. Good morning, dumb automatons. Yeah, they're not the brightest. They seem to be distracted with my allies, so the enemy isn't the brightest right now. But that's working in my favor, so I'm not going to complain because we're kind of on our own out here. Come on, reload faster. Reload faster. Oh, we're in trouble. There we go. Get him, dog. Get him, hot dog. Burn him. I'm so excited. On Friday, we're getting fire changes. That's going to make fire much more effective. And I'm very excited to see the flamethrower finally get some buffs. The flamethrower needs some buffs, so I'm excited to see some fire changes. But part of those fire changes are going to make the gas, the sterilizer, absolutely worthless. So I really hope they are considering changing the sterilizer as well, because those changes are going to invalidate the sterilizer. And I like the stink build. I like stink diving, so I want to see a resurgence of stink diving. I want them to make it doable again. Make stink diving great again. And I think how they could do that is by changing the way they should turn the gas into acid. So not only should it disorient them like it does, but it should also greatly reduce armor that allows you to deal more damage to enemies. I think that would give people a reason to use the gas, because with the flamethrower right now, gas just disorients them. But if the flamethrower is going to disorient them also, then gas needs to do something special. And I think increasing damage could be a unique mechanic where, if it lowered heavy armor to medium armor, for example, that might be too powerful, but that would definitely make a difference. That would certainly make a huge difference in the way that you play if you could lower people's armor with gas grenades. So I think if they change gas to acid, that would be a good change. But I don't know what else they could do. Or they could just combine them. We haven't had that yet, but maybe they say, hey, we tried this out and we see that this was a failed experiment because now they're redundant, so we're just removing gas and putting the gas effect on fire. So gas and fire are now the same. I'm not opposed to that either. I think too many devs are afraid to say, hey, we made a mistake with this, so we're removing it. But I would definitely respect them more if that's what if they said, hey, we made a mistake, we're combining these. Sorry, we'll make it up to you by giving you something new or a new toy or changing it out for something else. I have no problem with that. But here's the thing: is you're not going to make the Helldivers happy. If you spend any time on like the Helldivers forums, the Helldivers subreddit, the Helldiver Discord, there is simply no way to please all the Helldivers. The Helldivers are some of the biggest whiners I have ever seen in gaming, and that's saying something. It is astounding how anytime anything happens in the game, there's now a whole sect of people like, everyone log on and change your reviews, review bomb them, send them letters, send them death threats until this changes. And then they'll make that change and someone else will come and like, hey, I don't like this change, so let's review bomb them again and send death threats so we get our way. And it's a never ending, impossible to please. It has become one of the worst communities, and that's saying something. That is saying something in the gaming space to have a known bad community. That's like League of Legends level terrible. Which honestly, I'm surprised League of Legends is still making it, right? Like, you'd think League of Legends is so old now that it would be considered, like old people game or a boomer game. Like, it's been out of the space for so long. I'm shocked it hasn't been replaced yet. Which is also something that's kind of like the live service games. People have been trying to make live service games forever and ever, right? Live service games isn't something new. But we're reaching a new era of gaming where, like, World of Warcraft has been around for 20 years, and some people have been playing it for 20 years. League of Legends has been around for like 15 years, and people have been playing that for like 15 years. Fortnite is on like season 35, where it seems like some people are just like content with their games. Like, I have my game, I'm never not playing this one, and they just play that one game for 15, 20 years, and that's like so shocking to me, because it used to be, you play a game, you beat a game, you go buy a new game. It was a constant consume, new, I want better graphics, new stuff, new experiences. And now people are content to just do the same thing. And it's not even like, oh, well, WoW's adding new stuff. Yes, but like some people in World of Warcraft are still rating vanilla WoW. Like, they're doing the same content they did 20 years ago. They're playing a game that hasn't been updated in 18 years. And they're just enjoying it. Same thing like Oldscape Runes. I do not know why so many people play old school RuneScape. I do not get the appeal of old school RuneScape. It's hideous, and it's just a slog of a grind. I do not know why people love that one so much, but it's loved. It is absolutely loved. We could use some ammo. Let's call in some ammo down here with this guy. We got no grenades. We're low on ammo. Low on stims. Are you the dude with no arms? No, I have arms. I'm just a regular old dude. Nothing too special about me. I do have a Peep Furby. If that makes me special and unique. It's actually so strange how much I get mistaken for other people. I had a scary experience not long ago. I was at 7-Eleven picking up a taquito, and this dude walks up to me, like, just full on sneaks up behind me, and he goes, "Hey, are you a YouTuber?" And I was like, oh goodness, someone recognizes me? Like, I've got a fan in real life who has snuck up on me in real life. What do I do? And then he asked me if I was, I can't even remember who said it. It was like Boogie 3604 or something. And I was like, no, that's not me. He's like, oh, you look exactly like Boogie. And I was so scared for a moment that somebody recognized me in real life. But I've been mistaken for Boogie. Someone asked me if I was Mr. Beast. There was another popular streamer. People asked me if I was. I don't. Who is okay? Do you know who Boogie is? Who is Boogie? What's his handle? I'd like to look him up and see what this guy thought I looked like. Also, why am I so loud today? So, I stupidly downloaded Elgato. Elgato makes my microphone, and they released a new Elgato program. So I stupidly downloaded it, and it messed with all of my audio drivers, and it changed my microphone, and it broke a bunch of stuff. So I had to reset my audio because it sounded terrible. So I uninstalled all the drivers, and now I have to fine tune my audio because I messed it up by changing something. So is it too loud? Like am I peaking? Like does it sound bad, or is it just really loud? What's wrong with my audio? I need to fine tune it. Boogie2988. Okay, Google. Can you show me a picture of Boogie2988? Alright. Moment of truth. He's got a Wikipedia page. I mean, I sort of get it. We have similar glasses. We have, like, the sort of messy brown hair, and our beards are sort of similar, but, like, I can kind of see it. But I can't tell you how much my heart dropped when I thought, I've got a fan in the wild who, like, snuck up on me. Are they going to be absolutely, like, out of their mind? Are they going to be violent? Are they just a big fan? But it turns out I was just mistaken for someone else. So thank goodness, because like when Emmy and I used to run our podcast, when we used to do Transcendence Paranormal, we would get emails all the time, but it would just be dudes who like, hey, I saw Emmy in the grocery store and I want her to see this, and then they would send a picture of their privates. So we got that quite a few times, where random stalkers would find us in real life and harass us. And we had less followers than I have now, so maybe it's just because, you know, Emmy was involved, and anytime you involve women in things, you're going to get creeps on the internet, so maybe it was because of that. But like, there will come a day when someone will recognize me in real life, and I don't know how I'm going to react when and if that happens, that someone comes up and is like, oh, you're Waffles, I watch you online. Like, hey, thanks, but also, like, stay 50 feet away from me. I appreciate the fans. Okay, so it is too loud. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to turn on my audio here. Let me test my audio and see how loud it is. Too loud. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to... Okay, that is way too loud. Let's play with that now. Okay. My microphone got all messed up. I had to make some changes to it. I didn't realize how bad it was. So, tell me how that is. Is that any better? Or does it still need adjusting? I hate microphone problems. This is the one problem. I project too much. I am too loud. It's still too much. Okay, how about... Alright, how about that? I am way too loud. I project way too loudly, so it's always a problem. Okay, that sounds like it's probably better. Okay. I think we got it. Just a smidge lower, okay? Let's... Okay. For a reference, I'm at minus 12 decibels on my microphone. That is how loud I just naturally am, is that I have to lower the decibels on my microphone. Just go ahead and mute yourself. It's better for everyone. This is the most fun I've had all day. Oh, I'm sorry that your day is not going great, Jonathan. I'm glad I'm the highlight of your day, but I wish it was going better. I've got to make it through one more day of work, and then my weekend starts, so I'm about to have a real good day. Also, since Jonathan hasn't gotten to see it, check out the Peep Furby. I started the Peep, or the Furby based content. I made some really weird Furby based content that people did not like. So if you want to if you want to experience the weirdness, go. It's on TikTok. It's Pickles the Furby. You can see the weird Furby-based content that I had in my mind that I really wanted to make but couldn't figure out how to make. So it now exists in the world if you want to see the weirdness. What was really weird was I'm guilty. I'm sorry. God forgive me. I used ChatGPT. I asked it, can you come up with a name for a Furby? If I want to make a Furby-based account, can you come up with a name for it? And it suggested Waffles, and I was like, I can't be saying Waffles and Waffles the Furby. Like that's too much Waffles. So Pickles the Furby, if you want to see some weird Furby-based content. The first video... I'm mad because the first video that I made was so weird, and Emmy watched it and she's like, I don't want to offend you, but like, this is probably the highest quality produced content that you've ever made. And then TikTok messaged me like, hey, you're in the top like 5% for creating content with your viewership. Like, people absolutely love what you're making. So, you know, I've spent years becoming a streamer, years making my content here and trying to perfect it. But the thing that gets really popular, that people really love, is the really strange Furby based content. So
calling down a sentry. Calling down fortifications.
Too much Waffles, no such thing. Dex would strongly disagree with that statement. Strongly disagree.
Calling down fortifications.
It paints a sad picture of how far we've strayed from God's light. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, you know, you should only watch Christian and Catholic content. And I understand why people don't usually watch Christian and Catholic content, because there is a lot of really cringy, bad Christian content that exists out there. But I would like for more Christian content to, you know, be good and popular. But there's without a doubt some real cringy Christian content that exists. Maybe that should be the next video. Maybe I should make a Furby bowing down before the Christ. Maybe that'll be the next creepy, weird, Furby-based video. Thank you, Dex. You've contributed to the Furby epidemic. I also have behind me a completely skinned Furby. If you've never seen a furless Furby, I own a furless Furby, and it is very creepy. The furless Furby is definitely a very creepy thing to experience. I guess also on the other side of it, we've got a furless Furby, and then we've got a boneless Furby. I really love the new Warbond and Helldivers. The officer armor and the sword reminds me a lot of the Commissar from 40K. I definitely see some 40K inspiration in it, and it definitely feels very, gas mask, trench shovels. It feels very much like my favorite units in Warhammer, which is the Guardsmen. I especially love the Death Cult of Krieg, so absolutely. Absolutely. We love Warhammer here. We are big fans of Warhammer. Although I'm kind of curious that they just started pre-orders for a new StarCraft-based tabletop that looks like it's strongly influenced by Warhammer, and I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. I'm kind of curious if because people love the StarCraft lore, and people absolutely love getting involved in StarCraft, so I'm really curious if that game will overtake Warhammer, at least in some areas. But then again, the one thing Warhammer does extremely well is the sunk cost fallacy, right? People drop $5,000 on a Warhammer army, and then being told, hey, we're going to go play another game, they say, I'm not going to go play another game. I just spent $5,000 on my Warhammer army. No. So, like, when Trench Crusade came out, everyone in theory was like, oh, Trench Crusade looks so cool, it's so edgy, I wanna play it, but then no one swapped over to it because no one wanted to invest in yet another army. They already spent too much on their current army, so the Krieg is just so cool. Their aesthetic, their playstyle, especially I don't play them in Warhammer, I play Kill Team. The Death Cult of Krieg and Kill Team is just exceptional. Yeah, get some. Get some! More grenades, please. Are the Cadians? The Cadians are like the special forces, like the forced commando group, right? It's so funny. The Illuminati are like these super advanced, super powerful beings, and yet they beam down all in one cluster that gets absolutely bodied by a grenade launcher. You'd think they'd be smarter than to beam down directly into my belt-fed grenade launcher. So much for an advanced species. The Cadian Guards are the gold standard of the Astra Militarum. I need to play Space Marine 2 again. It's been a while since I've logged on. Maybe I should go get Space Marine 2 again. It's been a while. Never forget the planet that broke before the Cadian Guard did. This is painfully easy. That is accurate. This is why we need a difficulty 15 or something like that, because this is way too easy right now.
Squids.
My phone told me you were too loud. I dropped my decibels by 13. Am I still too loud? Like, is it still like too much? I don't think I can make my microphone any quieter. For reference, minus 13 is what I put my background music on when I make videos for, like, it exists but it's so quiet that it's like elevator music. I should have never touched... I had my audio settings perfect. I should have never touched it. I should have known better. Once your audio's dialed in, you never mess with it.
Requesting sentry.
Gotten back into Space Marine 2. Fully prestige my assault class. He dons the Minotaur colors. I want to play Space Marine 2 again. I don't have enough time for all these games, yo. I don't have enough time for all these games. I guess when I get my wisdom teeth out, I'll be off of work for like a week. I'll have time. I'll have time to stream for a while, but I'll probably be in so much pain that I won't be able to talk. So maybe we'll do some
Requesting fortifications.
maybe we'll do some silent streams while I'm recovering.
That's called democracy.
Do some mime streams. How do y'all feel about mime streaming?
Calling down fortifications.
Yes, no. Just watch me sit at my computer in pain and whacked out on pain medication for 8 hours. Maybe we'll play some puzzle games. If I'm taking some of the heavier pain medications for my wisdom teeth, maybe we'll try and play puzzle games while we're extra loopy and see how well that goes. Where are all the enemies? Who needs pain medicine when you have the Emperor? I probably won't use any of the pain medicine, to be honest. Like when I had my hernia surgery, they prescribed me a bunch of the really heavy stuff, but I was so afraid of getting addicted that I didn't take. I took one because they highly recommended it, and that was it. I also don't understand how people get addicted to painkillers, because I took some of the heavy stuff and I didn't feel anything. And maybe it's because I was recovering from surgery, but like I didn't feel so magical that like, yes, I'm gonna lose my life to continually taking these pills. Like I didn't feel that different. So I don't know if I got scammed. Maybe my body just doesn't react to those, but I definitely didn't feel anything. Play Elden Ring. You know, that might be the only way to make Elden Ring bearable, is to be on pain medication while suffering through it.
Requesting sentry.
That might be the only way to make it playable.
Requesting fortifications.
Boom! That guy just got shot in the eye. Did you see that? That rocket turret just blasted him out of there.
Calling down a sentry.
Can't even see. I'm just holding down the fire button. This is the most boring mission ever. This is awful. What a terrible note to end on. We came here for action. Instead, we're getting a carnival-style gallery shooter.
Requesting fortifications. Calling down fortifications. Mag's empty.
What bad reality show should I binge today?
Get some. Get some.
Trying to think of some guilty pleasures when it comes. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, so I don't have a whole lot of. Oh, okay. I know. Oh, what was it? It was a '90s TV show where it was like Survivor, but it was kids, and like they put kids on an island and tried to make them survive, and like apparently it was like so bad that Child Protective Services had to get involved. You should watch that because apparently that one's real bad.
Sweet liver.
Okay, careful. I got pushed into the mines. Let's very carefully walk through the minefield. No, it's like Lord of the Flies, but it wasn't actually Lord. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Okay, I know what you should watch, Dex. It's not reality TV, but it's mindless brain rot that will make you laugh. It's on Amazon Prime. Watch Ghost Stories, the dub. That's what you should watch today. Ghost Stories, the dub.
Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Another sweeping victory for Superman.
The story behind it is when it was brought over, they basically didn't want to do an actual dub and translate anything, so they hired voice actors and told them basically, these are the keywords you have to say, but make up everything else. And it just became the most wild, outrageous dub to ever exist. Just make sure you're wearing headphones because it gets pretty spicy at times. All right, the easiest mission of all time. How did we do? We got the most kills. We had no accuracy.
Never have too many. Welcome back, Helldivers. Your comrades who didn't return.
We got our personal order complete, so we got 100 medals. So we should have enough. We need to spend 11 more to unlock things in there. So let's get our Commandant armor. And now we need to get 65 more to get the cremator. So we're almost there. We're almost there. However, it's time for me to go do some chores. Get ready for my last day of work today. So we're going to end. Let me check and see if my prayer is working today. My audio wasn't working yesterday in it, so let's see if that is still working today. It should be. It looks like it is still working, so now you should be able to hear me. Let's do our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for an end to war. We continue to pray for peace across the world, and we pray for all the victims who are suffering because of the war. We pray that all of our politicians may make better decisions for the world, and we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. As we get prepared for Easter coming up in just 2 weeks, Lord, help us to grow closer to you. Help us to really spend time with you in preparation this season. Help us to make good confessions and good examinations of our conscience and heart. And finally, as a special intention for our prayer today, we pray for a child who is currently home from the hospital, but who is having a very, very rough go of it. Lord, help him, help his family, and help all those who are rooting for him to pull through. Lord, be with him. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, that is it for me today. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. As always, it was a pleasure. Again, I may not be streaming on Friday. It kind of depends on how Emmy is feeling, so we're going to play that one by ear. So if I don't see you on Friday, I will see you Monday morning, bright and early. Thank you all for joining me. Go and have a blessed day.